So Glenn, since winning ANDAM last year, how has your year been?
So it's the second time I win on them, so I'm actually very privileged. I mean, it's been a very strange year for the ANDAM Award. First of all, already that we didn't even have the celebration of the ceremony. You know, like normally the whole fun thing is also that you have this whole HESA and Ministry of Culture and drinks and cocktails and parties, and obviously it was a bit of a downer prize because we were just getting the prize and then you had to go into lockdown, you know, straight away. Like I was like in the office, got the award, and I was like, okay, bye guys, let's go home and just eat Deliveroo as we do every single night of our life. But so yeah, no, it was a strange year, and I think of course the award was a help specifically because we were after this very first confinement last year, we were very much reflecting again on what Y Project really stands for and how can we change and what do we want to do with the future of the brands and then of course the grant helped us delivering a bit more what we originally intended, which is partially of course the evergreen collection and then also the whole system we set it up for the online showroom, the whole new website platforms and then like the e-commerce. Obviously with 2021 people have been locked up for such a long time. There's a new way of reaching your customers, which is much more online, and this was something we didn't do in the past because I'm a very old-fashioned designer in that way. You know, I'm really the Belgium school. I like doing things very manually and meeting people and having showrooms and inviting people. But yeah, we have to think about the future, and I think that's what we've been doing.
I was speaking to obviously Renzo, who you know you now have a deep relationship with. Having worked, you are creative director of Diesel. How are you kind of straddling those two, the two worlds, I guess?
But it's, to be honest, not that complicated. At the end of the day, I think what's fun is that Diesel is a quite independent company in the whole platform of fashion. You know, like it's not luxury, it's not mainstream, it's like not sportswear. It's like a very independent company, in some kind of way. And I think YPROJECT somewhere has it also. I mean, like we're not a brand which is following specific hypes. We're not following specific movements in the fashion industry. We're just doing what we do, and we stay quite strict to that. Then also, I think there's a very good connection point in the attitude of the brands. You know, like I think Diesel is so straightforward. It's very in your face. It's also very fun. There's a lot of irony. It's quite active. It's sexy. And I think this kind of ingredients you can find also back, I think, in YPROJECT. That's why I like both, you know. I'm quite into both. But also again, you know, it's a very different story. I think, you know, when you're at the head of a global brand like Diesel, your focus is not anymore specifically on garments. I mean, I'm not there to make pretty dresses and pretty pants. You actually have to be aware that you have a responsibility because you are bringing garments in every single household worldwide. I mean, it doesn't matter which religion you are, which background you have, which money you're earning, which sexuality you have. I mean, like everybody is actually somewhere part of the Diesel family. Everybody can buy Diesel. So it definitely comes with a responsibility because you have the power to bring in a message in those houses, and I think
In a much more mainstream way, like kind of different.
yeah. But you can what does it mean also today in 2021 to be a global brand? I mean, it's not about anymore by just making a good turnover and be the funniest or the sexiest. You do have to have a social engagement, and it makes also a lot of sense because, you know, Diesel has had in the past or is known, it's core to the brand values to be socially sustainable. You know, they were the very first one in the 90s to discuss subjects as Black Lives Matter, or it was not directly Black Lives Matter, but they were like talking about black minorities, or they were the very first people to, in such a massive global brand, to actually put a gay couple kissing in the front of the campaign in '92. I mean, this was revolutionary, knowing and the fact that, for example, I was in those days a teenager in a little shithole called Bruges, growing up in a very small little conventional city, super traditional. I mean, all those issues didn't even occur to me. And then suddenly you are 16 or 17 and you go to a store to buy your sexy pants, your sexy diesel denims, but it comes together with like a campaign which is talking about issues that were very taboo in those days, and it helps bringing awareness, and I think that's definitely one of the main responsibilities I have now. I need to continue that fight.